The soft whir of the dishwasher filled the otherwise quiet house, a mundane background to an evening that felt ordinary, at least on the surface. Upstairs, my wife Ember, who I had been married to for 10 years, was supposedly working late on a presentation. I swirled the last sip of Cabernet in my glass, letting the familiar warmth settle into my chest. Our kitchen, pristine and polished, reflected years of effort, savings, and shared dreams. Every corner of the house had been touched by our hands, a testament to the life we'd painstakingly built together. Or so I believed. My phone buzzed against the countertop. The number was unfamiliar, the area code foreign. Curiosity nudged me more insistently than caution, and I tapped the notification. A picture appeared. Ember, but not the Ember I knew, the devoted wife upstairs. This Ember was something entirely different. Naked, posed provocatively, eyes glazed with desire, lips parted in a silent invitation. My stomach sank, and the world seemed to contract around the heat in my ears. Beneath the image, a text read, "Ice. Can't wait to feel you again. Meet me at the usual place." The words ignited something cold and furious inside me. I scrolled back to the messages and discovered the number belonged to Tom. That name echoed ominously through my mind, a dissonant note in the rhythm of my life. My first impulse was to storm upstairs to confront her, to let my anger erupt. But something steadied me, a sharp, calculating calm that edged out blind fury. I wanted proof. I wanted the full story. I wanted retribution. Over the next few days, I moved to my home like a ghost, silent and observant. Ember carried on as if nothing had shifted, her demeanor impeccable, the picture of the perfect wife. Yet the woman in that image lingered in my mind, fueling a growing resolve. I tracked Tom discreetly. His social media presence was brazen, full of boastful photos and petty displays of ego. The pieces fell into place. He was a personal trainer at the same gym Ember had recently joined. The clarity of Betrayal left me hollow. I hired a private investigator, draining some of the savings we'd earmarked for a family vacation. Now a cruel reminder of what we had lost. The investigator provided everything I needed: dates, times, photos, a meticulous record of their affair. The usual place turned out to be a cheap motel on the outskirts of town, a far cry from the life and home Ember had chosen to abandon. The confrontation I had been waiting for arrived with quiet inevitability. I called Ember, feigning a casual tone, hinting at a surprise for her. She answered, oblivious, her excitement ringing through the phone. I drove to the motel, photos clutched in hand, adrenaline replacing every ounce of lingering doubt. Soon, Tom arrived, smug and unaware, striding confidently into the motel room. I parked across the street, camera ready, capturing his every move. Minutes later, Ember appeared, radiant and expectant, stepping into a scene that would shatter her illusions. I waited, letting the tension build, savoring the moment before stepping inside. I knocked, and the door cracked open. Her face froze, eyes wide, hair slightly disheveled. "Surprise!" I said, my voice low and steady. I pushed the door further, stepping into the room. Tom, half-dressed, turned toward me in confusion and panic. I tossed the photos onto the bed. Ember's face drained of color. His excuses stumbled from his lips, but I silenced it with my presence alone. Rage, long restrained, surged through me. My fist connected with his jaw, each strike a release of the anger, betrayal, and heartbreak I'd held in check for too long. Ember screamed, pleading, but the words only fueled my resolve. When it was over, I stood over Tom, breathing heavily, knuckles raw and bloodied, and turned to Ember. "This is what you chose," I said, voice trembling with grief and fury. "Over us, over our home, over everything we built." She sobbed, inconsolable, words swallowed by shame and fear. I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound. Sorry doesn't even come close. I left the motel without looking back, the smell of cheap perfume and cigarette smoke lingering behind me. The drive home was a blur, my mind numb from the emotional storm. The following weeks were a whirlwind. Lawyers, paperwork, and the dismantling of a life I had once thought untouchable. Ember tried to explain, to beg, but trust had vanished beyond repair. Our home, once a symbol of our shared dreams, now felt like a cage, and I sold it, taking only what belonged to me. Tom's life unraveled in turn. He lost his job, his reputation ruined, leaving town as a cautionary tale of his own making. Ember continued her life of reckless abandon. But for me, the path forward was clear. I moved to a new city, started a fresh job, and slowly began to rebuild. The scars of betrayal remained, reminders of pain endured, but also proof of resilience, a testament to survival and strength. Now, a different hum fills a different kitchen, signaling a fresh start. The past lingers only as a whisper, no longer capable of controlling me. I am free, and the life ahead is mine to shape, unburdened by deceit and empowered by the clarity of hard-won truth.